Lisa did a poem to begin her first set, which was about Nelson Mandela, and I hope that I can book myself a little open spot here to do a couple of poems I've written during the life of Nelson Mandela. And this first one I wrote in 1986 when he had already been in prison, obviously, for a long time, but Winnie Mandela was allowed to touch her husband for the first time in 20 years on a visit to the prison. And she said, "We kissed Nelson and held him a long time. It's an experience one can't put into words. It was fantastic and hurting at the same time." So this is a long coming freedom. What can you say to a man imprisoned for 20 years? What can you say when finally they set him free? Or his people when his freedom blasting down the doors of that hated, hated prison? What can you say to a man whose fingers have not touched, whose arms have not held a loved one for 20 years, who's seen his children only through glass, cannot taste his wife's salt tears, while planets turn, while seasons pass? What can you say to a man whose spirit has not broken, whose mind stays free, who remains tough and inspiring as the sea, sweeping past the Cape, cleansing Africa's lovely head, promising a long coming justice for the long unjustly dead? A few years after that, of course, Nelson Mandela was freed, and this is a poem called The Gift. It happened to be the 11th of February 1990, which was the same day as my mother's 73rd birthday, and we were just about to take her out to lunch when there it was on the TV. The Gift. On your 73rd birthday, they released Nelson Mandela. He was 2 years your junior. We had our coats on for lunch, but dallied, drawn to the televised jubilation, the uncertain figure walking out of jail, growing in stature as the warmth of release spread. Over lunch we raised glasses to the great man. The pub seemed cheerier, more spring-like in that moment. That evening we listened to him speak from a Cape Town balcony, the wonder of TV making his halting words clear, right here in your sitting room. You died 8 years ago, not living to see his 20th Jubilee. You would have smiled to see it. Perhaps you are smiling in heaven. You would have said, "They released him on my birthday. It was like an extra gift, a blessing on the day." Without more ado, I'd like to welcome back to the Dodo stage Mr. PRMurry. And Guinness in place, check. Mike in place, check. PRMurry in place.
No.
Check.
This is definitely a case of the sublime to the ridiculous. My second set of poems is going to be mainly about menswear, which I consider to be an important topic. Okay, and I'm going to start sort of chronologically with an early item of menswear, the nappy, and this poem is about how not to wash one. And this bloody stand is wobbly about. Anyway, never mind.
All right, Pete, do you need some technical assistance?
No, I think it's okay.
The road crew.
Okay, about how not to wash a nappy, and it goes like this. Drama, drama, drama in the laundrama. Man came in, put a baby in the spin dryer. Heard the little bleeder yell till he shut the lid. Woman there said, "Yeah, you can't put that in there. It's not for humans, it's for clothes." It won't work with one of those. He had a doubt, took it out, put it in his pocket, and then he shaved-faced out. Laundry lady sat and stared, censor eyes and buff on it. I told him. Yes, I said, you was there and so was Ethel Condra, much too brittle. Machine stops and starts to whistle. No, can't dry them, can't dry those. He must be foreign, I suppose. Everybody knows if you put them in a spin dryer instead of by a gas fire, babies get morose. Okay, thank you. And the next one, before I move on to other items of menswear, I'd like briefly to address the question of why it is menswear is purchased, and why indeed many other things are purchased. And part of the reason why that happens is, of course, advertising. So this pipe, hitting an obvious target fairly easily, is called the adverts. And for those, oh no, I won't tell you about which papers published it, partly because I was on the editorial board. Yeah. Anyway, it's called adverts. The people who wish to make you buy are scabless, clean and smiling, without discharges, problems or pimples. They sell you frozen slices from their nice lives. They do things for their nice husbands. They provide things for their nice wives, and by some unseen process reproduce perfect model children who smilingly consume bowls of cereal and sometimes have plasters caringly stuck on them. The parents travel every evening on deserted roads, in new cars, across the High Sierra, to dinner parties where character actors recommend brands of sherry to them. They can go on holiday whenever they want. They use soft toilet paper, but they never shit. And the worst thing that can ever happen to them is a headache, which pills instantly cure. I wish my life could be like theirs, but no matter how many things I buy, I've still got discharges, problems, pimples and an egg stain on my shirt. And I always keep falling over whenever I try to run down a beach in slow motion. The things I buy get tarnished by my life. Perhaps it's because I pay for them. The people in the adverts never do. Okay, so I'm going to start working my way up in the world of menswear, which of course brings us to socks. And this poem is entitled Adam Smith's Sock Problem. Okay, because it's not just about socks, it is of course about capitalism. Now where is it when I want it? It's somewhere in here.
You've lost your sock.
I've lost my sock, I've lost my thread, I've lost I haven't lost my menswear yet, but anyway. Okay, Adam Smith's sock problem. Here it is. It's, believe it or not, number 32. And here is Adam Smith's sock problem. Sock, 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 emergency. There are no socks upon my feet. There are no socks that I can see. Sock, sock, socks, immediately. Woke up in the morning, bugs are singing in the tree, but I see socks in front of me. But I see toes in front of me, so I see socks with great urgency. Sock, 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 emergency. There are no socks upon my feet. There are no socks that I can see. Socks, 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 immediately. My socks are vermin dirty or my socks are soaking wet, but I gotta wear them or go barefoot. I gotta mark absence of hosiery. It's a sock, sock, sock. Emergency, there are no socks upon my feet. There are no socks that I can see. Socks, 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 immediately. But am I gonna sit here till my feet grow fur? No, I'm going to get up and get going, be a sock entrepreneur. Sock, 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 Emergency, there are no socks upon my feet, there are no socks that I can see. So I'm going to start a sock factory, going to raise some capital, going to go it alone, get them third world kids knitting in a free trade zone. Sock, sock, sock. Emergency, there are no socks upon my feet, there are no socks that I can see. Make more socks immediately. Now I've started moving, I ain't going to stop like a shark in the water, keep swimming or I drop. I won't let anyone else make socks. Yes, it's a sock, sock, sock emergency. You all got to buy your socks from me. I've wiped out competition, so now you see I've got a sock, sock, sock monopoly.
Yay.
And now we come to the trousers. The trousers, and the first one is not just about trousers, it's about what trousers become like when you have arthritis and you start to get old, and I hope that never happens to any of you. Okay, I want telepathic and telekinetic trousers now. I want truths that can think, I want strides that don't shrink away from the intellectual effort of obeying my unspoken commands, and that climb up my legs smoothly and coolly without a word from my mouth or a tug from my hands. I want leg wear that's always there when I want it and never there when I don't. As a youth, I never thought of trousers in terms of on and off, but age and arthritis have changed the nature of the leg-cladding game. Getting dressed and undressed is now a ruthless 15-round wrestling match as I curse and swear and sometimes tear at those obstinate tubes of cloth. My feet get stuck inside them. My knees go crick and crack. I clutch at the wall in case I fall like a tortoise onto my back. But tortoises don't wear trousers. They have more sense than aged old apes. They go around nude, as perhaps I should, or wear a skirt or a kilt or a cape, instead of fighting my trousers in a daily attritional war, which I can't win and neither can they, till we both exist no more. I'll be cremated in my trousers. Together flesh, bone and cloth will burn until trousers and I can both rest in peace in a tasteful funerary urn. And the next one is one thing worse than trousers, and that's no trousers or a shortage of trousers. I gotta deal with a real trouser shortage here. I gotta deal with a real trouser shortage here. Either my trousers have shrunk into shorts or my legs have grown in the night like giant bamboos, fertilised by elephant dung, and now they're too long. So I gotta deal with a real trouser shortage here. I know what to do, yes indeed I do. I'm gonna get austere to deal with the trouser shortage here. I'm gonna cut my legs off, gonna amputate them both, and then I'll trust in future growth. That's how I'll deal with the trouser shortage here. Yes, that's how I'll deal with the trouser shortage here. Thank you. Okay, and now I think I'll move on to my final contribution. Skipping the jacket, I'm going to go on this rainy evening to a little thing which also is a combination of a poem and a song, which some people might call a poem, so I'm going to omit this poem, and it is about an outer garment. Okay. My Mac is immaculate, its colour is beige, it makes other Mac owners feel jealousy and rage. My Mac is immaculate, it makes me so suave. All other Mac owners want a Mac like I have. My Mac is immaculate, it's almost waterproof as well, and words can only just express The Mac way it Mac excels, and when I walk beneath a bridge, the pigeons do not poo. They are so impressed with my Mac, they just keep saying coo. Nearly did it. Oh. My Guinness is behind you.
Oh, okay.